Señorita Sabrosura, and I'm here today to talk about vinyls. Back with my segment Must Have Records on Vinyl. I'm joined today by El Duderino. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing very good. A very nice day. I hope you're doing well.
Yes, it was a great day. And now it's great. Let's talk vinyls. We're doing today the segment in English for our only speaking English friends.
Yeah. I think it's important to reach out to all those people that doesn't speak Spanish. So everybody is welcome to hear.
Yes, we want to share our love of music and love of vinyls with everybody. So that's why we're doing this segment today in English. And we are doing our favorite, personal favorite vinyls to have. What is your first pick, Duderino, and why?
Well, my first pick for personal favorite album would be uh, this guy right here. Uh, I think you recognize the face. Everybody does, but uh,
Well, he looks a little different from what everybody knows. When
it's,
I
it's
saw
a
that picture,
it's a different Dylan.
it's a different
Yeah.
angle, but that's but
So
the
let's make some introductions. This album is called "New Morning" by
yeah.
Bob Dylan. It's 11th studio album by Bob Dylan. Uh, this was released on October of 1970, just 4 months after he released very an album that wasn't well received by public and critics. An album called Self Portrait. So this album is just concise, warmer. It's an album that he wrote and made when he was happy in love with his current wife, Sarah.
Mm.
So it's we call it all reliable, because it has uh, just accompanied us through so many nights of love. The music is pure Americana, what you call Americana,
Mm-hmm.
um, jazz and blues and rock and roll, a little bit of gospel, spiritual. Um, I came about uh, bef- uh, because of the song "The Man in Me," as you can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was featured in the Big Lebowski movie.
that's correct. So I came to the album through that song, uh, through that movie. So it was a nice finding. I remember the day I got it. I was looking for a present for you, and I saw this, and it was like a double win that day. Um,
It's a very laid back, very chill album. It has a little bit of everything. And
yeah,
the joke is that when we don't know what to play,
reliable.
let's put Reliable on TikTok because like you spend so many minutes thinking what to play.
Yeah,
Okay, let's put Reliable while we look what album to put in.
but when in doubt, you
Yeah,
know,
Reliable.
reliable will always deliver the goods. It's a feel good album.
Yeah,
Very under.
I think it's a very underrated album from
80,
Dylan.
that's
Like
that
everybody, like always mention Blood on Blonde, Blood on the Tracks, the freewheeling. but I think this is very overlooked, and it has some of his great songwriting.
As always, yes, it has melodies and
Yeah,
incredible
I
songwriting.
really like uh, The Man in Me, but I also like If Not For You or New Morning.
That's correct. If not
Uh,
for you, it's the opener of the album, and you know there's a version by the George Harrison that's pretty good too. You guys can check it out. Um, New Morning is a important song for us. We listen it pretty much every Sunday. It's like part of the
my morning playlist.
of our mass, and one more weekend. You know,
Yeah, one
one more,
more weekend. Oh, I
yeah.
really like the song of the Locust, Day of the Locust, something like that.
Oh yes, yes. I was thinking about that song because the man in me. So
Yeah, but for people
thi-
that they
this is a
they
song about religion. You know, about the locust of the plague. You know, mentioned in the Bible, but it was just a silly song about he doesn't want him to receive an honor from a university. You know.
yeah, but for people that think they don't like Bob Dylan, or they don't know Bob Dylan or where to start with Bob Dylan, I think this is a very approachable album. It's a really nice
Yes.
from start to finish. It has like we said, a little bit of everything: jazz, rock, blues, Americana. So it's a great pick.
It's a beautiful collection of songs that flow effortlessly and just make you happy, you know, like I guess he was at the time.
So
Um,
for me, it's
uh,
a must have on vinyl.
I would say so. Yeah. Señorita, what would be your, you know, first personal?
Well, people that know me know I'm a David Bowie fan. So this is my
Yes, you can say that.
David Bowie Hunky Dory. This is an album released in 1971, and it's considered one of Bowie's best works. This album appears on several lists of greatest albums of all time. But it's also considered where Bowie started being Bowie. Uh,
Yeah,
uh, the previous album was like very uh, guitar driven hard rock. So with this, he wanted and opted for a warmer, melodic, piano based pop rock and art pop uh, dynamic. He was inspired of by many things. He was on tour in the U.S., so he was inspired by that. He was also inspired and dedicated a song to his newborn son Duncan.
mhm,
He also dedicated three songs to three legends, three American icons: uh,
yes.
Andy Warhol, Bob
Mm,
Dylan, and Lou Reed.
what a trio.
And it has uh, great songs. One of my favorite, of course, Life on Mars. Like that's
One of the best songs
you can
ever.
buy the album only for that song, but
Yeah.
it has so many songs and it has a little bit of everything too. It has changes, oh you pretty things. I really like Queen Bitch.
Mhm. I love it too. You know, that's the closing song to Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. You know,
So this was the previous album before the rise and the fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. So he this is like getting into that.
he was progressing to that transformation in his approaches to music and his whole persona.
Yeah, and I think it's another overlooked album. Most of people pick Let's Dance, Ziggy Stardust. I don't know, but this
Yeah.
is Aladdin Sane. But I think this is a great album, and everybody should own it on vinyl.
You could say in a strange way that this was his debut album, as
It's
David.
not.
It's not, but
No,
that's when he started to being David Bowie.
when he started being C too.
So
This is so. I think if everybody should own this album.
everybody should. Everybody should.
What what is your next pick?
Uh, I gotta pick that. You know, you're very familiar with my music. So uh, this cover. These
Yeah.
images. The the album is called "Music Has the Right to Children," like a play on words, and the
Yeah.
group is Boards of Canada. It's a duo from, um, I think they're from Scotland. They're two brothers who just like to make music that deals with memory, especially the memories from when you're a kid. They use, for example, a lot of 80s, 70s gear, for their music. They use samples from shows like Sesame Street, which was very, you know. So they want to create this connection to a whole generation's subconscious memory,
Okay.
and they use hip hop beats over all those samples and decay sounds. It sounds like music you find on an archaeological find, like dusty.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
this
uh,
is their
there. I asked you, is that the album of the end of the world? And you said no.
this is the happy album. Yeah, this is the
Wow.
the pastoral album. I love the play on words on the name. Like music has the right to children. Like the logical way will be children has the right to music, right?
Yeah.
But to invert it, it's like music has the right to be playful. To go to
Yeah.
child.
Oh, I was thinking also like the right to have kids to reproduce.
And yeah, that works too. That's beautiful too.
Um,
So this is a very important album for
yeah,
me.
it's a Scottish group.
It is a Scottish duo. I knew them through that famous I don't know, place that we used to um, download music, LimeWire. So it's
Oh, okay.
LimeWire. So I remember I downloaded an EP from them called High Scores from Warp Records, which is they produce this, and I love it, and I started using LimeWire too. Never catch a virus though. Just good music.
Nice pick.
Yeah, it is. Tell me about what else?
Well, for my next pick, I picked one of my favorite albums. I think I overplayed this vinyl or this record. Uh,
Yeah,
Velvet Underground Loaded.
never overplayed. Never overplayed.
from 1970. But I never get tired. I can overplay it.
No,
I will never get tired. This is
it's loaded.
this is the perfect rock and roll album. It's called Loaded because it's loaded with great songs with what they think it should be like a greatest hit collection, but it's
Hmm.
not. It's a record they did. I
Hmm.
think they just asked, "We want hits in this album," and the response was like, "You want hits? All potential singles." Uh, Lou Reed, great songwriting, refined here in this album. He has such a great storytelling. And this album inspires so many bands that came after. Um, like I said, I never get tired of playing. For me, it feels timeless. Like it doesn't sound
Just
dated. And it's such a beautiful album with such a beautiful sound. It sounds so beautiful when you play it in vinyl.
yeah, it was made, I guess, to be beautiful. You know. Um,
Again, overlooked because a lot of people when they said Velvet Underground, they always think the album with the banana, the Andy Warhol. But
yeah,
this is a great record. For me,
yeah,
you can put it on a party, you can put it to cook or just to feel good. This is like really good.
and I think Lou Reed was starting to leave the band, but by the end of the recording and songwriting fell into I think Sterling Morrison, and he did a fantastic job in
Yeah.
that album. It's like a beautiful song after beautiful song, like Who Loves the Sun,
With
for
James
example.
Roll, um,
Um,
Oh Sweet Nothing. It's a great album from start to finish.
it's definitely loaded.
Yeah, so you can go wrong with this record. You should own it on vinyl.
It's like a great party record. You can put it, when you
Yeah,
gotta get together at home, and it,
exactly.
it, it's beautiful.
Yeah. What is your next pick?
Let's talk about this guy again. This is Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, and our first must-have records on vinyls. We in Spanish we talk about classic rock and roll records. So you mentioned the Jimi Hendrix Experience, but
The view.
this album it's a such a great pick. Why you pick it? Why you chose it?
Um, I chose it. The name of the album is Electric Ladyland. Like the studio that he built. I think it's the peak of his sound. In terms of what he achieved musically, technically through electric guitar. In terms of his language. It was it's his third album with the group. The Jimi Hendrix Experience was released in October '68. It's a double album. Um, includes one of the best covers of any songs ever. All along the Watchtower by a song originally by Bob Dylan, but Bob Dylan said, "It's yours, man." Like
I never knew that was a Bob Dylan song until a few years ago. Like, wow.
that's
And
that's when you know that a cover is good. You know,
yeah, he really make it his.
sometimes there's a song and there's uh other thing, and I think Jimmy hit that with that version. Is For me, it's an amazing album. I love it because he used all his arsenal. In that album, has songs like "Voodoo Child." You
Yeah.
Um, there's a song that I love that it's called "Still Raining," "Still Dreaming," um, and then the album finishes with a reinterpretation of Voodoo Child,
Nice.
slight slight
Going
return.
to the going back to the beginning,
Yeah, so you
but
can
in a
feel this
different way.
little completion of a cycle.
Yeah.
Um, Nice progression. I think it's a must in every collection. Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland.
Yeah, it's a great record.
It is a beautiful record. Um, I think, like I said, it reached its peak um, in this record. So I never get tired of listening to it. You um, I'm intrigued by what's next for you.
Well, this is completely different,
Of
but
the left field, oh, Leonard Cohen,
it's one of my favorite records ever. Um,
Mr. Cohen.
Leonard Cohen, "I'm Your Man." I think
Yeah,
if I had to pick an album for my desert island, this would be one of the albums I picked, because it has a little bit of everything. But first, look at the album cover.
the cover. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
look
very
at that picture. Like, always Leonard Cohen was always looking cool, but I think he never looked more cool than here. Uh, with his sunglasses, with his impeccable pinstripe suit, and on top of that, eating a banana. He said, just when you think you got it all worked out, life hands you a banana.
and you have to eat it. But you can eat it.
No fear, no nothing. Like,
Nothing.
banana,
Just
no,
with the
I don't care.
same
I'm that cool.
same confidence. I can do this.
Yeah. Leonard Cohen was 53 years old when he released this album. I don't remember what
Oh,
album it was this, what number, but he was 53 years when he released this album that reinvented him musically, vocally, linguistically, and philosophically. And
very very brave.
this
Bold.
is the album where he find his true voice. He changed his voice. Like, if you
Yeah.
listen to his previous albums, it was a completely different voice. And
Yes.
if you're curious about why he reinvented himself and why he had to do some things, and or just curious to know more about Leonard Cohen, I recommend the Netflix documentary.
Yes.
It's called Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen, A Journey, a Song. It's a great,
Yes.
great documentary on his life. It's really it's amazing, his
It's
story.
beautiful.
But going back to the album, this is a great record. Uh, Black Francis said, Everything that's sexy about him was extra sexy. Everything that was funny here was extra funny. And anything that was heavy was heavier." So,
Yeah. I
so
think
with that, I
that's
think
high
you
praise.
might be curious to. I recommend this to a friend, and she was like, "Oh my god, why I have never listened to this before?"
Yeah.
I can stop listening to it.
I
Uh,
think I think it happens to everybody that listens for Leonard Cohen to the first time.
yeah,
It's like,
but she was like, "Oh my god!" And I wanted
where you been?
listening to the album and listening to Leonard Cohen, and she started exploring other albums, and then she was
Yeah.
talking to me from another albums. So hi Anita.
Shout out.
Shout
Shout out
out to Ana Isabel.
good friends.
But this is a great record. When you put it on, when you press play
Yes.
on the record player, it's like
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I the first song that I ever heard of him, it's on that album. That's
Which,
what I knew about him.
which
No,
was what song?
everybody knows.
Oh,
Everybody knows.
yeah, but the first song I listened from him was "I'm Your Man." And it's
Uh,
here. I really love I'm Your Man, and that's the title of the album. I love and enjoy the Jazz Police. I think it's so silly, funny. And
yeah, it's
the opener, First We Take Manhattan. I love Take This Waltz. So it has so many good songs here. No skips, no fillers. I
a
think
beautiful album. Really, really bold for him to
I
53 years old do
yeah,
that.
buy it.
Yeah, you have to. You should. Um, Next album for me will be something I found because I was getting into the influences of another band we like. It's that, from Chicago, and they were into this band. Uh, this band is called Broadcast. Uh, the album is called "The Noise Made by People." Nice title, right?
Yes. I really like the album cover too.
Yeah, it's another Warp record. So they were into really nice music.
Yes.
Um, this album was released in March of 2000. It's a millennial album. Uh, but again, people will compare it sometimes to like to Portishead or other type of band, but I don't think those comparisons are good enough. They were their own thing. They use memory like words of Canada do. And the voice of her, it's magical. It's really
Yeah, it's like mesmerizing, hypnotic.
it is. She unfortunately died, um, young. Her name was Trish Keenan. And there's a song that we love here, and we listen to it a lot. It's called "Come On, Let's Go."
And let's go.
It's a call to arms. That song is like, "Come on, let's go. Uh, Stop waiting for
Stop
what?
wasting time.
What you waiting for? For people that you never know.
Yep.
You won't be alone," she says. It's a very uplifting song. So um, love it, love it,
Yeah,
love
I
it.
really enjoy it. It was a nice discovery.
Amazing.
I think you bought it without listening to it.
No, no, just by that hunch, that if that
Yeah.
love it, it should be good. You
Yeah.
know. Um, but you have another one?
Yes. But before this album from Leonard Cohen was released in 1988 for people that said that there wasn't any good music in the 80s. 1988. But my next pick, Jeff Buckley, Grace.
Wow.
Um, this
Again,
album was released in 1994. I think this is the record to have on vinyl. It sounds so amazing. Jeff voice and performance here is so mesmerizing.
it is magical. It is something that really happens once in a lifetime, I think. Somebody with that talent and
Yes.
the title says it all.
This album has like a dash of Buckley's spontaneity, his flirtatiously, his vigor, his amazing voice, and it was supposed to be a promising of record from a trilogy. Unfortunately, it ended with being his one album legacy because he passed away, so he couldn't do the trilogy that was promised. uh,
Yes,
and with his death, Grace became the dark poetry of a life painfully incomplete. Almost 30 years later, this music is still potent, amazing. The years have been nothing too kind to this record. Again, it sounds like from the past, but timeless. Um, it's just a vivid expression of his craft and the personality of Jeff Buckley. And
yes,
what I love is how Jeff Buckley make the covers uh like this is mine. This is not a Leonard Cohen song anymore. This is not a Nina Simone song anymore. And I don't think he did it on purpose, but he converted that songs his. If you buy this record, you can only buy it for the cover of Hallelujah from Leonard Cohen. I love Leonard Cohen and I love his version, but this version it's wow, amazing. Also, the Light Like Wine cover too, and
definitely.
yeah, but it has so many good songs. Grace, Last Goodbye, So Real, Lord, You Should Come Over. I think every song, no skips here. So
Yeah,
this is the album you should have on vinyl.
it's a beautiful album. Again, I think it's a Columbia record.
I'm not sure, but it's a great album to have on vinyl.
It's a perfect album to have on vinyl, especially that edition.
Yes,
Um, I really love Jeff. You know what he means to us,
yes,
like like this angel that was just a couple of years, but by grace, like the album, he gave us something. So we can imagine, you know, we can
yeah,
imagine,
that's
uh,
imagine.
we can imagine the vision of ourselves, and then we can start building it. So this is what this is about. John Lennon's Imagine, and
Yes,
Yoko Ono. You know, Yoko and Lennon created this as a way to reach out to everybody. The song, I heard her saying, maybe that was the whole reason of me
of their relationship.
of us meeting. It was just that song, because what it means. Like you have to imagine something, you know.
Yes,
Um, so this is um, and the cover art was made by her. This was a difficult cover to do, but she came out with this just mixing those two images of him in the clouds, just fading.
It's a great album cover.
It is. It is. It's the album was released in September of 71, 1971, by Apple Records. It was produced by Lennon, Yoko, and Phil Spector. So it has a much lush sound that the previous album by Lennon, the Plastic Ono one, which was much more stripped down, more simple. This is more lush, more compositional. Still has all the contradictions that was John Lennon, like a song like Imagine, and then there's this very poisonous song to Paul McCartney. How do you sleep? Um, so yeah, this is my recommendation.
Nice pick. If people want to know about how they did that album, they can see the documentary that is really good. Above Us, Only Sky.
It's
It's
very good.
Yeah, and they explain
It
how
is,
they did that album, the whole process and everything.
yes. George Harrison playing that album.
And he put
Uh,
that song that you say is very poisonous.
he played guitar there. Yeah, he was there.
It was funny,
we,
yeah, because
we always we always joke that John, make that call and he's playing the song, and George said like, "I'll be there." Like,
I'll be there.
yes.
Yeah.
So, what would be your next personal favorite recommendation?
Uh Pixies, Surfer Rosa. This is another
Damn.
one of my favorite albums of all time. Another feel good albums I love. I love Pixies. They always put me like in a good mood. A trick if you see me like mad or pissed off, like not good, just put Pixies and I will change and I will be happy automatically. Like I can't resist not being happy while listening to Pixies. Um, this is such an important record. Many musicians from Kurt Cobain to David Bowie, PJ Harvey, even Radiohead have mentioned this as important, unique, and very influential. Um, I love here the quiet loud technique. Um, I love the lyrics, the Santiago guitar distorted. I love the bass from Kim, the screaming vocals, and I know they're not the first band to do male female vocals, but they do it like really well done.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the mix of the acoustic guitar with the electric guitars. And uh, I think I love every song here. No skips, no fillers. It's also, again, I love albums to sing along, like Loaded, like Hunky Dory. This is another great sing along album.
You can sing along to that,
Yeah,
and
One Machine, Where Is My Mind, Gigantic,
yeah,
yeah,
uh,
and it has some songs that he says some words in Spanish.
yeah, yeah. That's a record that's related to Puerto Rico because that the guy, Black Francis was like in exchange for a couple of months, or
It's
I don't know,
studying at the University
uh,
of
in
Puerto
the
Rico.
yeah, in the UP, and he stayed in the rest, and
Yeah. So it's a complicated relationship with Puerto Rico, but it's the Puerto Rico. I always say Puerto Rico is the that kick to do
I
this
mean,
band and
if
album.
if if he came up with that album from here, I think pretty good.
Yeah. Um. So. Yeah.
Inspired by us.
It's a must have. It
Yes,
sounds beautiful and vinyl. Uh,
yes,
I will have every Pixels album if I if I was rich. But to start, I think this is a great pick to have on vinyl.
it is. It is. Pixies are always happy music for
Yeah,
us.
like I said, like if you see me not good, no pissed, mad, just put Pixie. Don't tell me anything. Don't discuss with me. Just put Pixie, and it will change my mood. It will put me in a happy place uh, instantly.
I learned that through the years.
Well, Duderino, I want to thank you for talking vinyls with me, for
Thank
your
you.
picks, your influencing me on music too.
Likewise, it's been a beautiful journey, learning and growing through music. That's something that really binds us, like that love for music.
Yeah,
It's important for us.
yes. And people, I want to know what are your must-have records to have on vinyl? What are your essential can't live without uh records? Comment, let us know, share if you like this video, share it with your friends so more people can see it. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to me. More content on the way.
Thank you, Señorita, for inviting me and having a good time.
Yes, so thank you. Until next time.
Ciao.